Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting beyond borders, the message of the truest tribe of coaching entrepreneurs and independent service providers from the Philippines. This is Life Coach Shaun de Joya for Integrate, now on our second season here at Think Talk Broadcast, the flagship communities project of coaching Think Talk speakers from Life Coach Philippines and members of Coach A coaching community. I'll be back shortly with my guest, DJ Aurelio from Novaliches, Quezon City. Welcome to the live episode or live streaming of Integrate, airing every Saturday at 10:30 p.m. And this show, I want to help married men who are going through life transitions by helping them gain wisdom and knowledge from successful men who have navigated through adversity and turning it into opportunities, creating a loving and safe environment for themselves, their family, and the work that they do. The show showcases the stories of men who took control of the driver's seat of their life by developing strategies and tactics, integrating their experiences, their talents, their skills to model it that allows them to respond positively to the emotions associated with adversity. You know, at times when we experience some challenges with our work, with our finances, with our money, with our relationship, with our marriage and business, and even if you have a disability, this is something that we are constantly battling with to overcome adversity. Broadcasting beyond borders here at Antipolo City on the 10th of September in the year 2022. I am Life Coach Shaun de Joya. I'm a professional certified life and mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. And I am also a Master Coach Apprentice of Master Coach A. I am a public speaker. I am a coaching entrepreneur, a mental model collector. But most of all, I'm a husband, a father, and a human being. Our mission here at Think Talk Broadcast is to get closer to our kindred and serve better our coaching tribe. And what we envision is to be the go-to network for content that connects with the mind, the heart, and the soul through the platform of life coaching. And by serving you in the digital space, the change that I want to see is to stop generational trends. You know, we've gone through some experiences in our life that our parents have also experienced, and we're put into a situation in which we ask ourselves, why is my I'm getting all of these things. I'm experiencing all of these things that my parent have done. Well, it's because of all of the things that we're doing right now is influenced by our parents, and we can stop. You can stop the generational trends by educating men through lessons of adversity. That is my hope. That is my promise to you, that you can learn from my guests so that you can think better, feel better, and also respond better. My guest today, he is married to for 8 years now to Katrina. They are blessed with four children: Nariel, Vince, Aden, and Amara. You know, both are 18, 16, 11, and 7 years old. And professionally, he has worked for the BPO industry. Yeah, I worked with him for the longest time in one of the well-known BPO companies here in the Philippines, and he has been in the industry for 20 years. And currently, he is the operations director for a fintech and retail project in, supporting the BPO operations. Let's welcome VJ. Ayan, Aurelio. Hey, VJ.
Hey, good evening. How are you guys? Thank you for having me, Sean.
Yay! Thank you,
Mm.
VJ. Yan, VJ. of course, lagi kong sinasabi to, no?
Mhm.
In the corporate world, when we introduce ourselves, di ba usually, when we come into a meeting when we don't know people, we get to
Mhm.
ask to introduce ourselves with other people pag mga sales visit, client visits, and even
Oh
pag
yeah.
mga bagong team, di ba? And common yung introduction natin is, of course, your name, how long have you been in the industry, what are you supporting, and all of these different things. But I want to challenge you. Kasi common naman yan,
Mhm.
di ba? Kahit minsan tulog
Mhm.
ka, pwede mong introduce yung sarili mo. Pero ngayon, challenge kita. If you are given an opportunity or napunta ka sa isang space na hindi ka kilala, 'di ba? You're
Mhm.
not well known, people don't know
Mhm.
you, and wala kang ibang resources. Ang meron ka lang damit mo at ikaw. Pag i-introduce mo yung sarili mo and one talent that you
Mhm.
can monetize, paano mo kaya i-introduce yung sarili mo?
Oh, no. Let me see. I'd still start with my name, first and foremost, and then probably tell you what I think I'm good at and how I can help you. Yeah, my name is VJ Aurelio. I'm just like just like most of the people that I know. I'm one of those people who help troubleshoot things. If you have problems, you can go to me. We can work it out. We can probably come up with a solution, and hopefully, it will both benefit us. So I guess in those lines.
Yun,
Yeah.
troubleshooter. Yan
Mm-hmm.
ang ano
Mm-hmm.
ni VJ. Ayan, kapag naghahanap po kayo ng troubleshooter, contact niyo po si VJ at tutulungan kayo sa mga
Yeah.
bagay-bagay na kailangan i-work on. Um, BJ, you've worked in the BPO industry for 20 years. Can you share to the audience what is life in the BPO industry? Para naiintindihan nila kung ano yung industry na 'to.
Yeah. Well, forever puyat. That's one. You continuously trying to figure out how to make things better, not only for your customers but for your people. More than anything, it's an ongoing, not really a struggle, ongoing process of understanding, continuously understanding, and coming up with ways to make people's lives less, less insane, I would say. So yeah,
While keeping
it's good.
yourself sane in the process as
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah, and you get to talk to people like yourself, who keeps you sane every now and then. Because sometimes it's too much, but yeah, overall, it's a fun environment to be in. So just to be fair.
Yeah, true. And of course, for those of you who's joining, no, the BPO industry, I tell you, it's a great environment where you meet a handful of people, different faces, different races. Lahat nga yan, BJ, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People from the
Oh.
province, people from other countries, people from different walks of life, and so on. BJ, if you're gonna take a look at the 20 years of your life and working in the BPO industry, ano yung pinaka-greatest strength na kailangan mo diyan sa industry na yan for you to be able to thrive? Kasi right now, 'di ba, you
Mm-hmm.
are now in an executive level role. At ano ba yung greatest strength na kailangan i-develop ng mga tao for those who wants to see themselves in a career in the BPO industry?
Well, first, you have to have that drive to know more what you know yesterday. That's very important. Because
Yeah.
more often than not, people think now they already know in the past is already gonna get them through whatever they're gonna face today.
Mm.
And which to a large extent, I don't think it's true. More often than not, people will surprise you because you deal with people. There's certain problems that you have to face every day, regardless if it sounds the same. But ultimately, they're different types of situations. So it's not a boring industry, if I may say. It's a continuous. It will keep you on your toes. It's always going to challenge you, and you should be up to that challenge on a daily basis. So yeah, that's the biggest driver for at least for me. Yeah.
Yung readiness for you to face challenges, no, and
Mhm.
um from how I see the industry, pag hindi ka talaga ready sa mga ganyan, you're
Mhm.
always in a state in which you need to be on your feet, sabi nga nila. it's gonna be a struggle for you. There are some people that's really thriving in the BPO industry or in the call center industry, while some hindi talaga kaya. It's not for everyone, no.
Yes,
It's specific people
it's
who
not.
wants to be able to be in a space in which you wanna understand cultural differences. Kasi yun yung challenge natin, DJ, no, dyan sa industry na yan. Kasi you were talking to different kinds of nationalities and also different ways of life. BJ, mag-shift lang ako. Shift tayo ng
Mm.
konti on the personal life ni BJ. Kasi
Mhm.
ito naman na work nito, pinag-uusapan naman lagi ito eh. Pero one of the thing that men seldom talk about is their personal life. When I say personal life, o yung mga pamilya natin, yung mga anak natin, and all of these things that makes us a human being. BJ, kung i-explain mo sa 5-year-old kung ano ang ginagawa mo out of your job, outside of your job,
Mm.
how would you explain that to a 5-year-old child?
Well, that's interesting. For one, my 5-year-old kid before, she's already 6, 7 now. She was asked what I was doing. Anong trabaho ng tatay mo? And then, ang alam niya lang panggabi. He sleeps in the morning. And tas sagot nung kausap niya, sabi niya, security guard ba yung tatay mo? Well, I would think, yeah, to an extent, to explain, then I tried explaining it to her and told her na, I help out people with problems, simple problems. What kind
Yeah.
of problems? Those, little things that make or help them go through life, like maybe about a service, even
Mm.
having an electronic gadget, we help them out. And then I help people to help those people. So it's all about helping. It's a service industry. Your tatay is ano sabi ko nga, tatay is in the service industry. We keep on I personally try to help people as much as I can because that's gonna make things better for them and their families too. It's a big responsibility, but somebody has got to do it. Just like yourself, diba? During the time when we were working, we try to talk to people and make sure na they understand what needs to do, what needs to happen, what they need to do. Pero in essence, they still have to do it on their own. We're there to guide them. In short, our job is to guide people, to guide other people. So I don't know if that makes sense. Mhm.
You are the
Mhm.
guide of the guide.
Yes. Mhm.
Yan ang ginagawa.
Mhm.
Ayan. So, that's what we do. For the rest
Mhm.
of you who's joining now, maraming salamat. I just want to acknowledge everyone who's joining. Ayan, si Coach Nord, si Master Coach Jasmine, ayan, si
Mhm.
Coach Tin, si my better half is there joining and watching as well. Hopefully, if you can share this video to other people and also they can have a conversation with us. And if you have any question for DJ about the BPO industry, pwede pong magtanong. Wag lang yung mga difficult questions, ha? Pwede pala, pwede, okay lang yan. Kaya ni BJ yan. BJ, you
Yes.
are a father and a husband. O sige, pag-usapan muna natin yung husband.
Mhm.
As a husband and someone who works in the night shift, what's the most challenging part of
Ah.
being a night shifter? O sabi nga nila, ano ka daw eh, parang pag panggabi ka, you are, di ko maalala yung word, parang um, vampira ba yun? Parang sa gabi lang
Mhm.
lumalabas pag sa umaga
Oo.
tulog. Ay, ang ganon.
Mhm.
Paano, how do you navigate through marriage as someone who's working in the night shift?
Well, it's hard kasi as everybody knows sa BPO panggabi ka, so you try to adjust. You do your errands in the morning. Sometimes you just sleep. You get about 4 hours of sleep every day. Actually, for the past 20 years, 5 to 6 hours a day, and then you try to explain it. I guess the most difficult thing is to making people understand, particularly wives. Sometimes kasi they mean well. They want to be with you, diba, with the
Yeah.
family and all. But sometimes your the need to sleep gets the better of you ika nga, 'di ba?
Yeah.
That's really that's one of the biggest challenge. And not to mention yung stigma, lalo na pagka sa call center, lalo na nung first few years, yung stigma na, "Uy, baka nagchi-chicks ka lang sa gabi, kasi most of the time." I guess
Oh.
yun yung mentality ng mga tao, 'di ba, na panggabi ka, so gabi nangyayari ang mga kababalagan pero you just have to make sure that you continuously explain it and assure the person, particularly your wife, na you're doing this for your family because this is what you do, this is what you need to do, and it will entail a lot of commitment from you, particularly your time too. So that
Yeah.
level of balance nga, di ba?
Oo. And it's common, no? Especially when you're moving up in the corporate ladder, time is always a challenge for us, eh? Because,
Mm.
syempre, it's not every day that BAU lahat, di ba? You will have some
Mm.
situations when you're handling projects and you're handling people that things will not go your way. At kailangan mong mag-stretch ng sarili mo. Pag ganyan, BJ, like with the relationship with your wife, like how do you kasi may tampo pa rin 'yan, 'di ba? Tatampo pa rin
Mm.
yung asawa natin, eh, na lagi ka nang lang late ka lang uwi, pag-uwi ka dito, tulog ka, paggising mo tulog ako, 'di ba? Or minsan pag, puwede ka na makausap, wala ka naman dun, yung utak mo
Mm.
kung saan-saan, 'di ba, nagta-travel.
Ay,
You're
oo.
physically present but mentally, emotionally, spiritually wala ka dun sa situation na 'yon, sa lugar na 'yon. How do you deal with that with your wife? Like ano ba yung mga pambawi moments mo sa kanya?
Mm. Well, technology helps a lot. Particularly, I remember the time na I I go to the office. Siguro I leave the house around 4 a.m. And then I go home. I get to go home siguro mga around 12 midnight because of kasi in the BPO industry kasi there's certain geos na tinusuport eh. Back then I was
Mm,
supporting North America, APAC, and EMEA. So, anong nangyayari, we get to talk via yung Viber, Messenger. In fact, I remember this time, it was there's a funny story. I kept on messaging my wife, all the while I thought I was messaging my wife. So I told her, okay, sige, bili akong diapers. I love you. Tapos napadala ko dun sa boss ko. Eh, lalaki yung boss ko. Tapos, sagot niya sa akin ng boss ko, I only like you as a friend. So, tawa kami ng tawa kasi we just laughed at it kasi even him, we're in the same boat, same situation. I guess technology makes a lot of those things that are a little bit difficult to do. Yung communication, even if you're
yeah.
working, so that it made things possible for us. But yeah, when it comes to to yung time, effort, sometimes even if you go on vacation leaves, may meeting ka pa naman around 9 a.m. Tapos may meeting ka na 11 p.m. ulit. So you really don't get to enjoy yung leave mo. So ano nangyayari, you try to buy stuff pero to compensate, pero that's not enough. It's really the time you need to spend. If you can set aside time, lalo na yung mga vacation leaves, it's something you have to do. Just recently we came back from Boracay. It was long. It took us a long time to plan because of the pandemic and all. Pero
Yeah.
ultimately, I think we got to enjoy, the company of each other. So kahit pa paano nakabawi tayo. So it's very important. That's very important. Yung time pa rin. That shouldn't go away, regardless how
Yeah.
old you are, regardless how busy you are.
Yeah, that's a critical piece, no? And for those men who's joining, and even for the woman, no, yung mga career woman, di ba?
Mm.
It's common, sometimes it's a culture already na pag naka-vacation ka, dapat naka-ready yung laptop mo. And I've gone through the same stage as
Mm.
well. For those who joining, dala yung laptop. Tapos pag may meeting, mag-attend ka pa and so on and so forth. And all of these things that you still need to do to communicate. But the reality is, yun may nasa-sacrifice tayo. The sacrifice and the value of really having meaningful conversation with our spouses and our children. VJ, 20 years in the BPO industry, going through these experiences na yun nga, you still have that guilty feeling, di ba? Na sana itong oras na to naka-focus ako doon sa mga mahal ko sa buhay. How do you navigate through that now? Because right now may awareness ka naman, and you have the acknowledgement that you need to be able to give that time to them. How do you slowly transition so that pag leave mo or day off mo or nasa bakasyon ka, bakasyon talaga?
Well, first and foremost, just like in most of the industries that everybody works in, you have to teach people what to do, or teach them the skill, so that you're confident that even if you leave, you try to make yourself as scarce as possible by
Yan.
coming up with ways to make people effective. Kasi you can't you can take on all the load. You can put everything on your shoulders. It's a kung ano it's a collaborative effort. It's ano it has to be well distributed enough for people to feel na they still get the same the fair share of the workload, and you
Yeah.
still get to to spend time with your family kasi like you said, napakahirap mag-let go, napakahirap na to trust people with the things that you did in the past. Alam mo yan, some majority of the time you do everything on your own. You try,
Yeah.
yun yung, di ba, being, sometimes you try to be as perfect as, want everything as perfect as possible. It's not gonna be that way all the time. It's the art of letting go, so to speak, and then ensuring that those people are prepared if ever something goes south. They can do whatever they need to do, and then they just ping you and update you. So ultimately, making your people, the people that you take care of, be effective in what they do, so that you you I guess for the lack of a better term, you make yourself a little bit obsolete, so that things would still work even if you're not there, right? So yeah, that's the biggest that's the biggest challenge.
I love what you say on the art of letting go. For most often than not, BJ, no, pag napopromote ka in any career, one of the things that people are noticing is yung skill mo, di ba? What you're good at in yun nga, yung sinabi mo, problem solving. Maybe you're very good at Excel. Maybe you're very good at creating different things or solutions, what
Mhm.
have you. So you get promoted. But of course, that is only good for a short amount of time because eventually you will lead people. Now, yung pitfall dito, at hindi lang si BJ dyan, I'm not exempted here. The pitfall is, um, alam mo, may certain qualities ka kasi of what great work is and what good is. So as most often than not, you focus on the great. Yung great mo
Mhm.
is whatever quality you're pushing in. At pag hindi mo nakikita at minsan may nangyayaring hindi kagandahan, you take ownership. Kumbaga ikaw nang gumagawa lahat para mas mabilis. Minsan nga, wag ko na lang ita-transition kasi mas mabilis pag ako gagawa. But yun nga yung pitfall doon because when you continue to rely on other people on yourself to do other people's job for you which you're hiring anyway, yun nagiging pitfall mo.
Mhm.
And the art of letting go, I want to emphasize that kasi yun yung biggest challenge ng tao sa corporate world na they're taking everything on their plate that the plate is so heavy sometimes nabubulunan na sila, 'di ba? Ang daming sinusubo, hindi na nakakaya nabubulunan na. And this is what's happening. VJ, as a leader right now, you're leading teams. I would think you're leading more than 1,000 FTEs, no? Ano, 500 to greater than that FTEs. How do you teach people because you have a lot of wisdom already, 30 years in the industry, and you have this learning from your wife and your relationship kasi meron din naman diyan, 'di ba, na mga lalaking may asawa din and going through the tough times. Papaano mo papaano mo ine-educate sila in that moment na ma-realize nila na kailangan mong i-juggle around ng maayos. Sa tawag ko diyan integration, eh, pero dito ang usapan pa
Mhm.
work-life balance. How do you mentor them? How do you teach them to get that balance right in their on track for them?
Well, it's different for different people. There are certain individuals that you have to really, I guess, mandate for them to let go and stop. Pahinga ka muna. Probably take care of your kid if your kid is sick. And then it's a little bit difficult then for them. But I keep on telling them work is always gonna be there, regardless if you finish it, if you don't finish it today. It's really important that you take care of yourself. It's imperative that you take care of yourself because if you don't, you'll end up being absent. You'll end up not being able to do what you're supposed to do, regardless of whatever it is, like you said. Pero that's really important. Take care of yourself because everything else, eventually, if you endorse it properly to myself or even your colleagues, and things are gonna be good naman. It will turn out right, and they will turn out well enough for the business to go on even without you. So that's one thing. Tapos checks and balances lang, like Kasi before, I know you've done this in the past too, even during your days off, papasok ko sa office just to see if everything is working as planned, or just to see if everybody's working the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Keeping people on their toes. It's a combination. You try to be as unpredictable as possible, but still be that leader who's very understanding. People would need to understand, to know that they have your back, or you have their backs, for that matter, so that they feel confident and comfortable, uh, following your advice. That's really important, I guess,
Yun yung
for a leader.
important.
Mhm, mhm.
I agree in there. VJ, ano ba yung common struggles ng mga tao natin when they're kasi may mga times talaga na the work it's the life part, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Ano yung na-observe mo for the last 20 years of your career in the BPO industry na common challenges ng mga tao to reach out to their leaders or their managers or their director? Ano yung hirap na hirap silang ilapit sa iyo?
Well, more often yung stigma, I guess, yung stereotype na if they aren't able to do something, they think that you'd see them as a lesser person, or as a lesser individual without that particular skill. When in fact, it's some uh, identifying and understanding what are your weaknesses. Is is actually a demonstration of strength. If you can identify that from afar, na okay, I lack this particular skill, I lack this particular capability, I need to go to my boss and ask for help. That's really
Yeah.
important. That's one thing that I feel a lot of people lack. That denial na, no, 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 kaya ko to. I'll try to do whatever I can. I don't want to be seen as somebody who's weak.
Yeah.
People have to get away from that mentality, so that they can seek proper help. When somebody helps you, it doesn't mean that that person's better than you. It just so happened that that person is ready. If you want to be better, you have to prepare yourself for it also.
Yeah, yung
Mhm.
critical aspect ko din on how it's being done, no? And
Mhm.
I think I want to emphasize that, no? We've talked to a lot of people in the workplace, no, BJ, na yung common kasi is for them to be able to prove na they're reliable. And people feel and people think that staying longer hours in the workplace makes you look like you're producing. Uh, but the reality is, as you continue on extending hours in the workplace, yung productivity mo nagde-decline yan. Yan, scientifically, if you sleep less lang 6 hours a day, your productivity declines. Si Elon Musk has shared that na on an average, he sleeps now 6. Kasi dati daw, 4 hours lang siya natutulog pero nakita niya naglo-load yung productivity. So that one, he's reigniting that. VJ, you have 4 kids, di ba? They're gonna be in the future in which they're gonna find work, they're gonna have a
Mhm.
job, they're gonna talk to people, they're gonna have their
Mhm.
boss in the future, diba? If you're gonna teach them one thing about the workplace that they need to hold on to until they grow up and they started working, ano yung gusto mong i-instill sa kanila as a father?
Well, it's funny. I was thinking about that the other day. The biggest thing I want them to realize as early as now is, one, you have to be big on integrity. That's one thing that people cannot take away from you. Second
Yeah.
would be, you don't have to do great things immediately or even in the long run. You just have to make sure that you do those simple things extraordinarily well, because that's gonna define you when you move up the ranks. Because
Yeah.
yung mga simple things like, treating people that are not really lesser than you, probably doing a different type of work, the security guards and all those people.
Yeah.
Make sure that you talk to them, and make sure na you treat them the same way you treat everybody else in the company. And then positions are there because, or I call them responsibilities, are there because you have a bigger responsibility than others, not really because you can boss them around or whatnot. It's really important that you have that mindset. I hate it when people think that they're better than the others if they have a higher position. You have to
Yeah.
have that mindset na you're there to help out. The reason why you're there is because you're helping the company, you have a bigger responsibility, you owe it to your people, you owe it to the people around you. So you have to treat them well, you have to treat them fairly, regardless of the situation. So those are the only values I feel I can inculcate in the hearts of my kids. That's one thing. Pero I keep on telling them, but do whatever you want to do. Be happy as long as you're happy. I'll be happy. You don't have to
Yeah.
overachieve or you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. So
Mm. Ano nga 'yan, sabi ko sa mga tao, ano ko, sa mga anak ko, when you grow up, you need to be more humble. When you go to up your career or your profession, be more humble. Kasi mas madami na. Sabi
mm,
mo nga kanina, mas madami ka ng responsibility eh. Because there are more people relying on you, on what you need to do, and how you can help them navigate through life. Kasi you are ahead of the game eh. And you can teach them all of these things for them to be able to manage their life well. Si Coach Tin, sabi ni Coach Tin kanina, we're talking about yung sa esposo natin, Band-Aid solution and buying stuffs. Yan, common kasi yan, di ba? Na yun yung hinahabol natin. But the reality is, yung quality of the time. And we say quality of time, really the deeper conversations, the meaningful conversations that matter to the person, it's where minsan nga kahit walang binibigay na regalo, BJ, no, itong oras lang na to na other people feel or even us, we feel that's we're heard. Okay na yun eh. Ang laking gift na yun eh. Because not a lot of times that we're given an opportunity that people would listen to us because we are the boss, di ba? Tayo yung mga nagmamanage and we're the ones who's listening. It's seldom that we have an opportunity that people would listen to us too. All right? So, we're gonna take a short break, VJ, for everyone who's joining. Maraming salamat. Coach Marifes also joining us from Tacloban City. VJ, we're gonna talk about you, no? We're gonna talk about you, and I would like for us to start having a conversation on what the challenges is and how you're currently navigating to adversity of your health, di ba? As common than not, lahat tayo pinagdadaanan natin dyan that we're experiencing some health challenges, especially if the kind of lifestyle that we're creating in there. Minsan intentionally, unintentionally, we're creating a lifestyle that's affecting our body, but of course, the way that we're thinking. So, as we return mamaya, I would like for you to share to them kung ano yung critical or anong pinaka-importanting bit or what's so important about taking care of yourself first before others. Yun, mamaya. We'll be back. We'll have that conversation with DJ and he's gonna share to you something na kailangan yung matutunan. I tell you, wag nyo nang pagdaanan. No? We're gonna give you a hack so that you don't go through the same experience as he experienced and you can skip that and you can stay constantly in a healthy, lifestyle, a healthy living, and a healthy eating. We'll be back shortly with just a few messages. See ya.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag and drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag and drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.
We are back for the second part of our sixth episode of season 2 of Integrate, brought to you by Decap Coffee Republic, the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines, and our home as professional certified CACC life coaches. Meet our coaching tribe at Decap Coffee Republic, located at Pioneer Center compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets. That is in Capitolio, Pasig City. You may come in for dine-in or visit us for coaching services. That's from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We are open from a Saturday to a Thursday. We're closed on a Friday. And you may also join us for our community night event that's happening daily from 7:30 p.m. I would like to ask you to join us every single day, again, except on a Thursday. Tomorrow, it's going to be me for Compy Sunday at Sundays for Life with myself, Coach Shaun. And what I'm talking in there is I'm helping people gain their creativity back. If you're thinking about you are someone who's not creative, I tell you, every one of us is born creative. And I'm going to help you out reignite that creativity. And I'm not talking about just the artistic side of you, but also finding creative ways for you to innovate and solve complex problems in the workplace and make that simpler. I tell you, creativity is something that you're constantly doing every single day. But as you learn from that, you gain awareness and acknowledge that something true for you is something that you are doing, then you will utilize this intentionally to take action to get better results in your work and also in your life. Every Monday, that's going to be Nurturing Monday. Walk along with Coach Tin as Coach Tin talks about your personal relationship. You know, we're not talking about just a relationship with your spouse, your children, and what have you. I'm talking about your personal relationship on how you see yourself. That is what's missing right now in this world, where people are lacking the confidence and courage for them to do the things that they want because they don't see themselves, or they are not focusing on creating a better relationship with themselves. Group Tuesday, it's all about habits with Master Coach Jasmine. Of course, if you are someone who has a goal this year, or maybe you have a New Year's resolution last year, but you're not able to fulfill those 10 or 5 lists in your life, and you're asking a question, okay, why is it that I'm not able to fulfill it? I tell you, habits will allow you to change the way that you see yourself and that you do things as well, so that you can fulfill the goals that you've set for your life and also for your year. Now, if you are someone who's in that journey where you're having a lot of questions and you don't know where to go, Purpose Wednesday, a day away when a day with Coach Rizal, talks about finding your purpose. If you are someone who's going through some tough challenges right now, you feel that you're doing a lot of different things and you don't know where it's heading, have a conversation with Coach Rizal every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And for those of you who wants to ignite and strengthen their connection with their soul, Strengthening Thursday, Coaching for the Soul with Master Coach A, as she talks about how you can further connect yourself in your connection with your emotions. I tell you, this one I've been attending it for the last 4 years, and this has allowed me to have a better connection with my emotions. Because for men, we don't share our emotions that much with other people. But as you continue to learn and ignite and understand who you are, and it makes you a more human being. And a Fab Saturday, for those of you who want to sing, this evening, Coach Orville has shared, and do a open mic in there. So if you want to have a singing moment with him, drop by every Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Our coaching hub is also an events place and a venue of choices for your face-to-face classes, training, and private functions. Just connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 for inquiry and reservation. Now, if you are one person who desires to experience transformations in the area of your health, wealth, and relationship, I invite you to join us inside the Be Learning Society as one of the Mental Model Master collectors, with full access pass to the Mental Model Masterclass of Master Coach A that is exclusive for the Be Learning Society members only. And for this month, our masterclass is going to be on Wisdom Wheel Mental Model. And this is something that I'm actually using. We're actually helping you out here at TikTok Broadcast and helping you learn from other people. Save the date on September 30th, Friday at 7:30 p.m. As you continue to learn the wisdom wheel, it's gonna be a good way for you to solve problems. Ito yung sinasabi ni VJ kanina, that he's someone who's helping people solve problems. And if you want to continue on strengthening that, this is what you can do. Because problem solving, we're using the humanity's collective wisdom instead of solely relying on our own thinking and to trial and error. And usually this is the pitfall that every one of us experience, where we experience it on our own. I tell you, if you want to fix problem quickly, it's best for you to have an understanding of where you can get this wisdom and knowledge from other people. And in this mental model masterclass, you will learn how to leverage on a collective wisdom so that you can stay healthy and also mentally fit. Be Learning Society is the tent maker of the Be Learning Homes for mental fitness. And on top of the food and beverage discount we enjoy at the Cup Republic, you also get to have a 90-minute coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. And that is included on your subscription. TikTok Broadcast is powered by Rise Up Creative Worldwide. This is a social commerce turnkey solution provider that helps entrepreneurs and business owners like me to leverage the power of content marketing to provide value, improve engagement, and increase revenue with an investment of just 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. 5 minutes in, you'll be able to create engaging contents in there that matters. Visit www.riseupcreatives.com to learn the benefits of the lifetime members like me and discover how you can rise up and be creative in growing your business. All right, let's welcome back BJ. Maraming salamat BJ for being with us today. Yan. If you are someone who's joining us this evening, maraming salamat for the time you're spending in there and the moment that you're spending with us. We'll just wait for BJ to come in. And for those of you who is currently undergoing some tough challenges in there, I tell you, there's a power really on getting wisdom. And that's what we're teaching you right now, is we're getting all of the learnings of BJ and giving it to you so that you don't go to the same experience as he has. Yun yung pinaka-critical part, sabi mo BJ, di ba? Yung takot kasi nila to raise their hands and seek for help. All right? So before we continue with the program, we're going to do a little game. BJ, you're ready with a little bit of game. 7 rapid fire questions. I'm going to ask you 7 rapid fire questions. Answer it the best that you can. Let's just enjoy this. Walang tamang mali dito. And let's just have fun. You ready?
Sure, go.
Okay. Question number 1. What makes you smile even when you've had the worst day?
My kids.
Your kids. Question number 2. If you could redo one moment in your life, what would it be?
That's hard. Redo.
One thing.
One thing.
Or one moment.
One moment. Finding first interview, BPO industry.
Redo it.
Redo it because I kept on speaking in Tagalog the first time. So I just found out the second time that you're not supposed to. So yeah, I could have gotten into the industry way earlier. I guess that's it.
Way earlier. Ayan, English
Yeah.
only EOP.
Mhm.
Okay. Question number 3. What's the most trouble you've ever been in?
In our company before, been asked to do stuff that nobody can really check, but people continuously told me that it's wrong. You know that feeling. I don't know if anybody has had that situation. People say you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, or sometimes they say you're right. But when you get to the person who really knows what it is, they'll just smile at you and say you redo it. So took me a while to understand how it needs to be done. But yeah. Mm.
At least you get the wisdom, and that's an important thing.
Yep.
Um, question num- question number 4. What is something you think everyone should experience at least once in their life?
A challenging situation, thing that would actually challenge them to their very core, because that's gonna build their character. Like what they say, uh, something that does not kill you make you stronger. That's really
Makes you
important.
strong.
Mhm.
Wonderful. Now, question number
Mhm.
5. What is one thing you never get bored of?
Numbers. I love numbers.
That's true. I agree.
Mhm. Yeah.
Question number 6. What is one story you tell that always makes people laugh?
The way I got into the call center business, because the first I think the first time that I was successful, a person was calling me from the lobby and saying that somebody wants to talk to you. I was thinking nobody knows why I'm here. So when I got to talk to the person, it was HR pala, recruitment, calling me and having that phone interview. And eventually I found out that like I said, you're not supposed to speak in Tagalog. It took us about there were about 120 applicants. I was the only one who passed. And that and I think it's sheer luck. I'm not even gonna say that I'm not even considering myself as a really good person or good. I'm really not really that good in English or whatnot. But yeah, that's really important. A lot of people were laughing about that because all the while I thought I was applying for a tech support job when in fact it was a call center. I was gonna
Center.
take calls and help. Yeah. So yeah.
And mind you, for everyone who's joining, we didn't speak like this when we started. This is not this is not the kind of language we were talking about. So we started Baroque English. That's what
Oh yeah.
the best to represent it. Last question, question number 7, VJ. What is that one thing that you wanted to say to your wife and kids that you would not have said to them before, or not have never said yet?
Um, I'm very open. When you ask me, a lot of people are saying, or a lot of people are telling me, na, ano, you can talk to me things that you cannot tell your wife. I'm very open. I keep on telling them I love them, that regardless what I do, and I'm here because I want to support them until the day I die. And
Yeah.
that's true even up to the time that I looked at them, my very first child. When I saw her, I promised myself I'm gonna do everything in my power to protect her. Up to my youngest, same message, same thing. Na, ano, I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna support you all the way, regardless what you wanna do in life, regardless who you are, regardless what you wanna do or what you wanna be. And to my wife, until the end, it's gonna be us. So
Wow,
those
that
things
is
that
beautiful. Oh, si wife,
mm.
sana nanonood siya. No? Watch the replay of this, tapos i-record niyo. Si
Oo,
BJ,
puwede, puwede.
sinabi mo to.
Magpapabili ako
BJ,
ng motor, eh, so yeah. Hindi.
sabi ng wife ko, bawal daw bumili ng motor eh. Yan,
Pareho
okay.
tayo.
Ayan, si
Mm,
Coach T nandito. Okay,
mm.
VJ, you said a while ago that whatever happens with your kids, you're constantly gonna give them the protection that they need. Of course, ikaw kaya mo ibigay yan. Tayo, sabi ko nga, minsan mga lalaki kasi Superman eh. Kaya natin, bibigay natin lahat. But at times, nauubos din tayo. di ba? Nauubos din tayo. Our health is also affected, and di lang yung physical, mental, emotional, even spiritual. VJ, talk to them about your journey. Kasi hindi naman lagi dyan sa BPO industry, everything is roses eh. May mga thorns din dyan eh. And I know you're going through some challenges right now with your health. And you talk about safety a while ago with your children. But naniniwala kasi ako na safety starts with us. Of course, yung love taken naman yan eh. You give everything eh. You're sacrificing nga, di ba? You're even putting in all of your time and heart to the work that you do because you want to create a safe space for them and a loving space for them. Pero yung safety natin, minsan, yun yung nawawala. Yun yung nakakalimutan natin. You're going through some health challenges right now, 20 years in the industry. What's the biggest learning? Like, kung i-encompass mo yung 20 years sa'yo and the way that you see or you're experiencing your health right now, ano yung learning mo ngayon? And what are the things that you're currently doing to make sure that you are protected as an individual, as a human being, and especially as a man?
I guess the biggest one is sleep is very valuable. It's not something you can forgo. I guess that's the root of all sickness, if I may say. It's really important to get enough sleep and enough rest. I learned this a little bit late. Work is work. It's gonna be there regardless if you finish it or not. By
Yeah.
tomorrow, you can pick up where you left off. That's really important to understand. Um, Kasi there were times in my career that particularly dun sa ating common company before, Sean, there
Yeah.
were 2-3 days in a week that I literally do not sleep. I tried to finish
Yeah.
everything. You know how many accounts I was taking care of back then, right? So I had to take care
Yeah.
of all those things. And what's funny about it is that I make it seem like it's easy. A lot of people say, "Dali ng trabaho mo ah." They don't know in the background time it's taking way too much effort than is expected of me. And it took its toll on my health.
Yeah.
And one thing that I forgot about was to listen to my body. It's really important to listen to your body because it's gonna tell you if it's aching. Sometimes it's so the signals are too faint for you to realize it.
Yeah.
Hence the checkups are really gonna help yung mga doctors blood works. Kasi particularly when you reach the age of 35 and above, you're gonna need to have regular checkups na kasi nga, you're not as strong as you were 10 years ago, 5
Yeah.
years ago. Kasi before, ay, walang tulugan. Particularly in transition, Monday to yung Sunday to Monday or Monday going on a night shift. Di ba
Yeah.
nagbabagong tao ng schedule,
Mm-mm.
And you don't really get to realize na, okay, that's bad. You don't sleep continuously in trabaho. It's not healthy. You may be able to do it now, but it's gonna hurt you in the long run. That's really important to understand. Tapos, lots of water. Nako, I neglected that part. And eating yung bad habits, tsaka yung mga vices, paninigarilyo, tsaka yung
Inom.
pag-inom. Oh, grabe. Alam mo yan, Sean. So, it's really important for people to know na if you wanna don't overdo anything. You have to have that level of balance, lahat in moderation. You can enjoy life. I'm not saying not enjoy life. It's a part of socializing, part of being, I guess, an individual who's working hard. You play hard too, but you always have to consider that there's always gonna be tomorrow. You can still have that fun tomorrow. Do not
Yeah.
squander it all the way today. And it's really important that you have yourself checked kasi the earlier you know what you need to work on or to fix about yourself, your body, your health, your mental health, whatever, uh, the sooner you can get back on your feet and become whatever you want to be. Kasi that's gonna hinder you from becoming successful, becoming, I guess, doing what you want to do in life. Because
Mm-mm.
uh, if pagka may iniinda ka, there's really that you're not gonna be at 100%,
Yeah.
and you're
Agree.
never gonna reach. Probably you'll get there one way or another, but when you get there, you might not be able to enjoy it enough. uh, comparing it when you're healthy, I guess,
Agreed.
in those situations. So yeah.
Mm. Uh, for everyone who's joining, the critical aspect is kung isipin mo kasi bata ka pa naman yun, you still have the strength, no? But if you take a look at that on a long term, and I just want to emphasize what BJ has said na sana maaga pa lang, di ba? Pinagtuunan mo na ng pansin to. Kaya lang yun nga yung time na yun, we don't know any better. And culturally naman, BJs, alam mo naman sa corporate world, yan lagi eh. You spend time in there, put all of your time, your effort in there for you to move up in the corporate ladder or get the higher salary or whatever is it that you want to achieve. But the reality is as you progress, because you're planting a seed, di ba? You're planting a seed of the future. So you have a seed right now. Now the question there, how are you feeding the seed? 'Di ba? How are you watering it? Sabi mo nga tubig. Tubig is life eh. Kailangan mo talaga 'yan. How are you putting in all of the energies and of course array of sun in there for that in the future mag-grow siya. Yeah, you might have grow your career pero eventually tatamaan yung ibang health mo. I've gone through that as well. Kaya nga nag-lifestyle change ako, binawasan yung pag-iinom, pag-iyosi, yung kakain ng mga hindi kagandahan sa health natin. And this is, we're gonna experience that. And time and again, you see that with people who's going through, sabi nga ni BJ kanina, 35, 40s, 45. Maybe you're still young right now. You're not experiencing that. I tell you, kami na ni BJ nagsasabi nito, you will feel that. Sleep. Not less than 6 hours. I know, scientifically, sabi niya 8 hours, but there are some research in there na minimum 6 hours, then sleep in between, that is good for you. Water is life. Yan talaga nakakapag-ignite yan ng mga ano natin dyan sa body natin. And also your lifestyle. The food that you're eating is very critical. And for those of you who's joining, take a look at your lifestyle right now. Like, what are the things that you're consuming? And when I say consuming, hindi lang yung literal na kinukonsumo, even what you're reading. Diba? What videos you're watching. Diba, VJ? Yan din nakaka-affect dun sa lifestyle natin eh. And that is something that you can start breaking. Ang sabi ko nga sa inyo sa show ko, I'm wanting to break the generational trends. Because if you are experiencing the sickness or the conditions that you have right now, take a look at the history of your parents as well and yung grandparents mo or even sa family line nyo, you will see that one time there na meron din. So lifestyle is a critical part in there that you are going to change. BJ, my show is called Integrate. If you are going to define integrate in your own words, how do you define it?
Integration, I guess it's finding that right balance. Eh. Like you said, we talk about work, we talk about life in general, we talk about our personal welfare, so our health. I guess this is a really good platform for people to understand and realize as early as now. Because majority of the time, people think that they won't learn
Yeah.
things when they, oh yeah, I already know that. But those little things that make you realize, oh, oo nga, no, you get those bits and pieces, and then put it in whatever lifestyle you have, or put it as learnings, as part of your culture, as part of your habits. That in itself is already helpful. Integrating those little things to make it a bigger, and you still keep yourself whole, but having those integrations with people, the right set of friends, the right set of food that you take, the right mindset when it comes to your family and all. I think that builds a more, I'd say, ideal way of living it. So yeah, I like the word, by the way. So,
Thank you, BJ. I like that. Lahat kasi pwede eh. Pwede mong ipagsabay-sabay eh. Minsan kasi sabi nila, kaya hindi ako naniniwala, BJ, sa work-life balance because you split the two eh. But the reality is your work and your life, you are the same. So if you start learning, getting the good things in your work, getting the good things in your life, integrate them, and learn from the bad things, then you become a better person. VJ, if you're gonna give people in the show and in the future they're gonna watch this, and I'm sure your children will watch this in the future, this is something that's set in the digital space now forever. People will learn from you, will get your wisdom. If you're gonna share them three tips that will allow them to create a space which is loving and safe for them, what would be the three tips that you would give to them?
Well, first, like we kept on talking about, self-love is really important. You take care of yourself, most importantly, before you can even take care of anybody else.
Yeah.
Uh, that's one. Second, whatever you do, you should be happy about it. Always think about things that will make you feel that you're becoming a better person. That should be your motivation whenever you do things. Kasi nga people,
Yeah.
neglect some stuff because they feel, yeah, that's something that's beneath me or whatnot. So it's
Yeah.
really important to be motivated in what you do. Those little things makes a lot of difference. Make a lot of difference, if I may say. Second, the third one is keep uh, keep people or companions that are worth your time. If I may,
Awesome.
just like yourself, whenever we have those conversations, remember those side conversations, Sean, may mga disagreements tayo before in the past. But those conversations, when you try to understand what I was feeling, and I do the same thing for you, pero majority of the time it's you trying to understand me. Um, that helps in more ways than one. Eh. If you keep that, the right companions, the right set of friends, that's gonna keep you. Those people are gonna keep you grounded. Those people are gonna make you better. Not only from a standpoint, skill wise, but also makes you feel good about yourself, and that's really important. That positivity will keep you sane for the
Yeah.
most part, because not everything you'll encounter is gonna be that. I'd say it's not everything's gonna be uh how would I put it, uncrazy. Everything's gonna be crazy
Crazy.
whenever you work with them. So you need those people in your life, because like I said, good companions will make you feel better and make you look at life more positively as you go through it. So yeah.
Agree. Beautiful. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yung learning ko sa guru ko, Master Coach, sabi niya, be in a space where you are celebrated but never tolerated. And at times the toleration is our own health eh. Yung tinotolerate natin yung mga unhealthy habits natin and mindsets natin that's impacting the way we feel and the way we think and the way we act. So for everyone who's joining, take make an inventory of the space that you are in right now and the people that you're talking to, and ask yourself, are these people helping you to become a better person, or are these people moving you towards a space in which it's affecting your lifestyle or your way of living? Kasi kung yung latter part na yon, yung latter ang nangyayari, make an inventory. Start thinking about it. Kasi may ibang taong umaasa sa atin eh, to protect them. So if we are not able to protect ourselves, then how can we protect other people? Sabi nga ni VJ kanina, we cannot give what we don't have. So continue on investing on yourself. So that's what we're doing here. We're teaching you so that you don't have to go to the same experience. 20 years of in this experience of BJ, pwede mong hindi mo napagdaanan buong yan. Madaming wisdom and nuggets binigay si BJ dito. Get some notes in there and practice that. And if I have any questions, message us here and we'll be happy to connect you with BJ as well. Kasi si BJ, sabi niya kanina, he will help you solve some problems that you have in there. All right, BJ, maraming salamat for the time. Thank you for the opportunity. I know if we extend this hour, probably could talk a lot of different things. So I look forward in the future to making you my guest again for a different topic. Maraming
Yeah.
salamat. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for joining us and supporting Integrate. And whether you are joining us live or watching on the replay, maraming salamat. We'll just put BJ. Mamaya ka na BJ, umalis ha. I'll just close this and we'll get back to you later. But for everyone who's joining, thank you, thank you, thank you. Our heart here is to really help you out, gain some wisdom and nuggets in here so that you don't go to the same experience. So if you're gonna watch this in a replay, please do leave your comments in there, share your thoughts and insight. Please don't keep us a secret. Let's help more people in there. Help us serve more people and circulating this link and video to other people. And as I close, maraming salamat. I'd like to speak to all of the dads and the fathers out there who are unsung heroes of the global workforce. There is a lot of competition in the working world today, and there has been 10 years ago. the space is changing, people are changing, the landscape is changing, and there seems to be a never-ending need for us to stand out in the crowd in a tirelessly pursuit of success. But in reality, you've heard of the Great Resignation. The Great Resignation also comes with a great opportunity for workers to start building wealth and becoming their own version of CEO. That's what I'm working on right now. Even if you're a full-time employee like me, I'm working on becoming my own CEO. Yeah, I invite you to embark on a journey of becoming a coaching entrepreneur like me, like us. Connect with Coach Giselle at 0917-586-1661 and map your success as a certified co-actively co-create life coach. The CACC certified program is an international CPD accredited course with 40 CPD units. And CACC courses include the 21-day web-based learning, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live business bootcamp that's virtual with senior coaching team. And the program also comes with a done-for-you coaching program and many other bonuses. Just connect with Coach Giselle. And for support, life coaching is the 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains, thereby increasing their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace and dynamic business. Join us on the next batch. That's going to be on October 15th, 22nd, and 29th. That's on a Saturday. Contact Coach Rizal now at 0917-586-1661 to join us in this wonderful and miracle profession. I would also like to invite you to join us in the Coaching Flywheel Workshop by Master Coach A. This is going to be happening on the September 23rd at 7:30 p.m. In this workshop, we'll bring together growth-minded individuals to grow their firms, build referral networks, and implement proven strategies so that they can increase their bottom lines and spend more time doing what they love and are passionate to do and maximizing the impacts in their clients' lives. Sabi nga ni VJ kanina, most often than not, for people who are champions, we focus too much on the leg work. You need to start learning to transition that with other people so that you can do the things that you love. And I would like to invite you to join us here to start transitioning that, discover the coaching flywheel, and learn from Master Coach A the answer to the dip. In this virtual workshop, you will learn the 3 data-driven growth paths from 10 of our generation's most popular and successful entrepreneurs. This workshop is via Zoom. Private class is open to all coaches and non-coaches. Please connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 for registration assistance. I would like to invite you to watch other shows hosted here at Think Thought Broadcast. We've been doing this from the bottom of our heart, from the bottom of our esophagus, to really help you out, change the world for you. When I say change the world, you can start changing it in your own little ways, which makes a significant and big impact to the future generations. Please follow, subscribe, and engage in our social media account at ThinkTalk_TV on Twitter and Instagram, and Think Talk Broadcast on YouTube, and give us your review. For partnership and collaboration, we are open for that. Please connect with Coach Giselle at 0917-586-1661. See you on the next episode of Integrate. That's going to be on September 17th, live here at Think Talk Broadcast. Your one coaching thought for tonight is coming from me. My thought for you is, remember that in every decision that you make, that will influence how your children will see you and how will see other people and how they will see the world around them. So every time you make a decision, every time that you take an action, take a look at how that will impact how your children see the world. Because as you continue to be intentional about your actions, as you continue to be intentional on your behaviors, as you continue to be intentional on the way that you think, the way that you feel, the way that you act, then you are influencing or passing that down to your children. So be intentional. If you want to change the future, it starts with you. Change with yourself first, and eventually you will see that. I've seen that with my children. I'm super proud of it. And I want to be able to impart that to you, because we can create that lasting change, just one little thing at a time, that compounds eventually in the next 365 days and eventually in a year. So make the effort to make that change. It's possible. You are possible, and you can make things happen. Love heals, safety saves, be inspired for change. My show Integrate is to rally all of the men out there to rise up and lead. We need to lead. We need to start leading and taking the charge for change. It's time for us to ignite the mental abilities of the heart of the men to start healing by teaching all of these valuable lessons of life and integrate their mind, their soul, and the spirit to finally start living, loving, laughing, learning, and also living a legacy. This is us in the Philippines. Coaches like us think and talk like this. Maraming salamat. This is Coach Shaun, broadcasting beyond borders and advancing life coaching worldwide. Love bam boom, love bam boom, love bam boom. See you everyone next week. Have a great night. Bye-bye.